Welcome back, traders. Today was such a good day. I had to make two videos for this. If you can hear a slight rumbling in the background, that is because I am currently sitting in my car and somebody has a very loud car nearby. I apologize for that noise if it's coming through, if it's bleeding through. Anyways, today was fantastic. If we look at Bitfarms, we were up 26 point. We were up 26.42%. We're down about 0.7% in the after hours. That is nothing compared to what we went up today. That was so good. The RSI is still pretty good at about 62, so that means we still have room to run up. It looks like the MACD may have, yeah, the MACD on the daily chart has crossed up. And that's also very bullish. So we're bullish there. RSI is under 70. We're bullish there. We're at the top of this channel I've drawn here. That's been on here for a long time. This is my Weeble one, so it's a little different from my other one. We're at the top of that channel, so that's a little bit of an area where we expect to see a bit of a pullback. Hopefully not as dramatic as this one. We'll see. But today was phenomenal. We also got into Marathon Digital. Marathon Digital went up to 1238 today, up 9.75%. We're down 0.73% in after hours, but it has been a meteoric rise for Marathon Digital. And honestly, on this daily, it's looking very much like a really beautiful cup right here. We just need a handle and then we can take off. Let's see if that does occur at some point in the future or not. I am now green on my Marathon Digital shares. It has been a long time since those have been green for me. I'm very excited about that. We'll see. Bit Digital also up 9.87%, but the difference here is in after hours, it's actually still up while its peers are down. We are now above. We peaked above the previous high of this shelf here, and we are still currently above that a little bit. So this is actually looking really bullish. Again, on the daily, we're only at 64. We crossed up on the MACD a few days ago on Bit Digital. Let's switch over to Trading View, shall we? There we go, Bit Digital. Let's go for the hourly. This is showing after hours. I don't want to deal with that right now. Let's just go in here, trading, bringing it in. So this was the shelf right here at 244. That was the shelf, 244. We are officially above that shelf. I am now bullish on this chart. It went above, out of this downward channel. It's been out of the downward channel for a while, but it's now creating a new series of higher highs and higher lows. With what does that look like there to me? That sure does look like a beautiful bull flag. I think that in the coming days, in the next month or so, we are going to see it re-enter this box up here in the 278 range. Let's go ahead and extend this box now. It's been on here for such a long time. Let's pull it out. Let's bring it a little further. So this was honestly what I was waiting for. And if I turn on these indicators here, let me get some of these actually. Let me turn off the VIX fix. I'll turn that off for now. And I'll bring in the Keltner channel. And I'll turn on my Bollinger Bands. So those were in a squeeze for a while, and if you can see, that's what I was writing up here. September 18th was in the Bollinger Band Keltner channel. Squeeze began with an RSI over 50, meaning we were in bullish territory with a squeeze getting on. The 200 EMA was rising. I was waiting for the green VIX fix, which I think I got. I'd have to look here. Let's see here. We're technically still in this squeeze. You can see this white lines here are inside this blue channel here. That is the Bollinger Band inside the blue Keltner channel. So that is indicating a Bollinger Band squeeze. And we are, again here, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high, hopefully higher low somewhere on this green line at 244 at some point. And then we're off. Whoops, let me just put that back where it should be. So I'm very excited about Bit Digital right now. I know Bitfarms is the star of the show today, and here's our new upward channel that we're going to look at right there. I'm going to leave that on there for a while. Let's go ahead and lock that down. This, I think we will follow till we get back into this box up here around 277-ish. We never got down here to 176. Now that is not out of the cards yet. We could very easily come all the way up to 176 and then bleed off until April back down to 177. That could totally happen. I hope it doesn't happen. That would be a bit demoralizing to see, but it is absolutely within the realm of possibility. It could happen. So right now, though, things are looking up. They're looking good. We're above the shelf currently. This needs to hold. This needs to hold for a minimum of 2 days. It needs to stay above this green line at 244 for a minimum of 2 days before this move is confirmed. But if we go on to the lower time frames like we just were, like the 1 hour, for example, we're at the top of this Bollinger Band, but this is looking like a bull flag. If it consolidates here a little bit longer and the bands expand a little bit and the price cools off and goes sideways, even just re-entering this upward channel here, we are back within range and we can move back up again. We did on the 1 hour chart get up to the 80 range. Here we almost touched 80 on the RSI, so that's pretty hot. It's going to have to come back down now. I do expect it to probably come back down to the 50 range on the RSI on the hourly chart, which would look something similar to like what happened back here, where we got up to where were we, like 74 back here, and then we came back to 50, and that was a price change of 235 down to 220. That was a 15-cent correction. Back down to the 50 on the RSI. I'm expecting something like that. This might be a 25-cent correction somewhere, taking us back down to probably about here. The 244, what is that? We're at 257 after hours. I think we're at 260-ish. That would be a 26-cent correction if we went back to the green line here. We do need to stay above it. So hopefully we stay above it, get to that 245, and that's where our correction lies. Hopefully we get back down to 245 and then continue back on upward. That would be fantastic with Bit Digital. With Marathon, we're out of the channel here. We're out of my upward channel and still looking bullish. I did sell some calls off of my shares held today for pretty good premium. Premium was pretty juicy today. I set my calls that I sold at $13, so I'm gonna go ahead and bet that in the next month that we don't get or stay above $13. Get to or stay above it. I'm thinking we're probably going to hit about 13-ish and then bleed back off into this channel down here, at which point I will offload those calls that I sold and take whatever profit there is from that. And that's it. I mean, and then you got Bitfarms, which is the star of the show today. That I did a video about that earlier. I'd like to cover some other plays that are interesting to me as well. These are not crypto related. This one is TMF. This is the 20-year triple leveraged U.S. Treasury bonds. So it's a triple leveraged 20-year Treasury bonds. I have a few hundred of these. As the interest rates decrease, this should increase dramatically. It has been at the lowest point. Let's bring out the daily. It's at the lowest point it has been in years. We got to go all the way back. On the daily chart, I can't even go far back enough to see how low this is. In fact, let me go to the weekly. Let's see. On the weekly, no, I'm not allowed to go back far enough to see this thing, or is this just the end of it? Oh yeah, this is where it started. Yeah, it has never been this low before. So I'm expecting price to come back to at least 753, which is where this green line here is, and the top of my little head and shoulders pattern I've drawn down here. I think I did that on the daily, actually. That was on a daily chart. You can see here, head and shoulders. We're currently above the neckline, but only slightly. Let me confirm that. Go here, go there. Yeah, just barely above the neckline there. Draw that across the full view of it. As long as we're above this orange line, I'm bullish on this. Unless interest rates unless those rise again, in which case that would be negative for this play. But I'm seeing this inverse head and shoulders, and I am expecting it to at least get to this resistance up here, and probably the upper end of this resistance, somewhere around the 625 to 650 range for this move before it stops, before it cools off. but I'm expecting it to go way higher than that over time, so I'll be holding this long term. But it is triple leveraged 20-year bonds. It's basically TLT but triple leveraged. That's all. It's just super much more risky, extra leverage. HE Hawaiian Electric. If you haven't heard about this one, it's been very interesting for me for quite a while as well. For this one, honestly, every time it gets down to one of these lows around like 11 or 11, well, somewhere near $11, I've been selling puts on this, which is a bullish strategy. When you sell a put, you want price to rise so that you can buy that put back for less money than you sold it for, which is what I've been doing repeatedly. Every single time it comes down, I sell a bunch of puts, and then it comes up to around here. I buy back those puts for about 40 to 50% of what I sold them for, and then I wait for it to come back down and rinse and repeat. So I've been doing that over and over again. Hawaiian Electric has been pretty profitable for that for me. It's made a few $1,000s since this fall back here in August. So, the back half of this year, most of my profits have been coming from HE here, just selling puts on HE, Hawaiian Electric. So that's been nice. If you don't know about selling options, I don't cover that on this channel. Perhaps I will in the future when I feel more experienced with it. But there's plenty of content on YouTube about how to go about selling an option contract. But that's been what I've been doing on this stock, and it's been working out very well. It's been pretty easy, requiring low capital, and just kind of paying out every time it gets down to this level. You can see this dotted line I've drawn here. This is the major resist or major support right here at 11.20.31, and down here is like last ditch effort. If it gets down here, I'm in trouble at 9.69, but as you can see, it only got down there at the worst of the lows after the Maui fires happened, and since then it's been kind of just going between this $15 and $11 range, and we're coming back down towards the $11 range where it gets to this green line. That's where I start looking at selling puts, and up here around, 13, $14. That's where I start looking at buying them back and closing out of those positions. So those are two other plays that I am working on that are not Bitcoin miner related that have been working out pretty well for me this year, outside of the Bitcoin trader that I've been doing as well. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and have a profitable day.